Thanks for joining me back here at the Blab.Cafe. This is Blab.Cafe number 108. Yeah, we've got some new changes here on the platform, so we'll get to it in a little bit. But just to let you know, I'm pretty happy with the results of the landing page. It looks pretty good. So maybe we'll get some more input about that pretty soon. Thanks for joining. Be right back. Hi, welcome back to Blab.Cafe. This is Blab.Cafe number 108. I'm going to do a quick, 30 minutes. I'm going to start timing it from now on. So it's 10:28. So at 11 p.m. I'm going to stop this with the TECHTOOT. Sorry. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go over some of the features on ManyCam, and that is at the request of some of our wonderful viewers. And I was going to do this because another reason is I think there's a lot of people that want to use ManyCam, but they're not understanding how it works, and it's fairly straightforward. If there's any questions, you can just type a /Q into the chat bar and follow that by your question, and I will answer it. But what do you want to use ManyCam for? That's one of the first questions. I put that in there myself. And then another question is, what type of screen sharing would you like to do? That's another thing too. It's like, you can use it for doing, under text. You can put little banners and logos and stuff on your screen. You can share videos from YouTube. And now that you have the option of using this particular platform, Blab has also got a way of utilizing that second box for screen sharing. So that's a really cool feature. And I've seen it used so far, and it looks pretty solid. I mean, they have to give you a link or some kind of a little, I don't know, it's kind of like a dialog box, and you have to pop the link in there and then do that. But with ManyCam, you can do it at your own convenience. It's just there all the time, and you can just, grab a piece of video content and just start playing it when you want to. But with that said, though, I'm going to go ahead and go in, and I'm going to ask anyone on the sidelines if you have any questions now, because if I'm doing a screen share, I might not be able to always see your questions. So I'm going to close this out, that particular one. And so if there's any other questions, you guys know what to do. Put a /Q in the little chat bar. So what I'm going to do right now is just a screen share. First of all, I'm going to just show you what happens when you have a paid version. You get 4 different channels. If you have the highest level, you get 6 different channels. But normally, right now, I mean, I just paid the smallest version of ManyCam, so it allows me to transition to 4 different stations, where I would call it a channel. So that's my screen capture. That's my screen. This is a graphic that I put in here. Now, in any one of these windows, the nice thing about this is you can configure any of these windows to do whatever you want. So say, for example, you want to add a piece of video content. All you need to do is grab the URL to a video and stick it in a box. And it's really quite simple. Right now, I'm going to show you what I'm doing, and that is to right here. Okay, so if I'm going to add text to a box, first of all, you need to type something into the text box. So you can see that this is already lit up and it's green. So what you want to do is you want to come down into this box, and this is where you would actually start typing. Somebody's riding a scooter by my house and you can actually hear it. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I can hear it. Okay, so what I've done there is I've just written a little piece of text. Hello and welcome to Blab.Cafe TECHTOOT. So what you would do now is you have to go over and you have to decide what kind of a font that you want. And it's really quite simple. You just click on this box here. It'll open up a dialog box. Well, it won't do it while I'm doing screen share there. So let me see. I go here. Okay, now we grab this box. And it will not allow me to do that. Okay, but I can move it back down here. So this is what your dialog box looks like. So you change your font size to 12. Let's give it a little bit more. I usually use 18, normal. Grab a font that I like. My favorite, well, one of my favorites here is this little, where did it go? There it is. Living in MT. So I like the style of that font there. So then you would come down here, pick the color. You can do it black or you could do it white or any one of these colors, doesn't really matter. Well, obviously, if you have a dark background, you want a light color. And then you just click OK. Okay. So then you're still not ready to go yet because you have to decide where you want to put it and what you want it to do. So when you're coming here, you have to click here and enable text. And because I'm doing a screen share, it will not allow me to do it. So I have to move it outside that box. So now I've got it there. You can see it's green. And it's actually showing up on the bar here. And it's not very visible because it's white on black, so you can't see it very well. So you have to decide, okay, what am I going to put it on? Am I going to put it on a dark background or am I going to put it on a light background? So since it's on a light background, you want to go with a dark color, obviously. So we'll change that really quick. And let's see. So we'll change that to black. Click OK. And now you can see the text there. Let me see if I can shrink this down. Let me see if I can do that. So there we go. And you can actually go onto the screen and move it around. I'm pretty sure you can see that now. But the cool thing about that is it allows you to move it wherever you want. And then if you need it to just be static, you don't have to do anything from that point on. You just place it where you want it and you're good. But let's see, if you want it to scroll, you literally have to come here, click on this drop-down menu. Click on this drop-down menu and you can go no scrolling, left to right, right to left, top to bottom, bottom to top. So I normally click right to left, and there you go. And it's just that easy. And then you would want to control the speed of it like this right here. So you can see that it's pretty simple and straightforward. I like to keep it running kind of slow for those people who can't read very well. And no, I do not have multiple cameras right now. I'm only running one camera. What I'm doing here is basically just screen capture. with ManyCam. Okay, so now this says lower third, and that's kind of like will confuse a lot of people because what I'm doing right there is, would be considered a lower third. That's would be considered a lower third if you want to use it that way. But here, there's another location here that says lower third, and basically that's a static banner that just stays in one place. Some of the other things that you can do here is, what I would do is, I don't know, this is a way you can do this where you're clicking on here for image, setting up your image. So if you wanted to do something like a picture-in-picture, I'm gonna go back over here to this screen real quick. So say, for example, you've got this banner or this little logo right here, and you want to share that to your public. Basically, the way you do that is you come here and you click on this little right here, which is basically picture-in-picture mode. Let me shrink that down a little bit more. So this little thing right here is picture-in-picture mode. So we're going to click on that. I'm going to move this out of the way first. Hey, Troy, how you doing? So you can see right now that it's given me this little box right here that's black. Let me go up to my main screen so you can see what I'm doing. See, there's a screen there, and it's going to go infinity on us. But that screen with that little plus there basically means that it's allowing you to put something in that box. So because I have to do this separately, now I can click on that box, and I can go down here to my file, and I can grab a media file. So regardless of what it is, whether it's video or a picture, or it really doesn't matter what you want to put in there. It's all up to you. So what I'm going to do is just grab something really quick, like a banner or something silly. Now here we go. There's my regular logo. So I'm just putting my regular logo in there. And you can, at this point in time, if you click on it, double click, you should be able to bring it and just move it around. Grab it and move it wherever you want on your screen. And that's a really nice feature, because you're not fixed with a lower third. You can move it wherever you need to, and regardless of what you do on your playbacks, like mine, I'll show you right now. My logo is pushed over to the side for the reason, if you look at this on a playback, you'll see that you can see the whole logo. That's why I've pushed it over there to the side. But that's the nice thing about doing this. You have to do a little bit of experiment and move it around and see what feels good to you. And your logo might be completely different. So this is basically a vector graphic, and it's just really, really cool to use. Let me see. I want to do one other thing. That is to resize it. So you can actually resize it too by just grabbing it and stretching it. So it's a pretty darn handy tool. I really like this tool for that purpose. Okay. So, and you can add more. You can obviously add more features. You could add more graphics. You could add more, things, whatever. So you have all these different options. You've got this 4-screen setup. So, and while you're doing any kind of content, it doesn't matter what it is, you could always be recording it on your hard drive on your computer just by clicking this button right here. So that's really handy feature. Let me see. Any other things that I can think of that I need to tell you? Let me see. There's a question here. Over the top of your video, could you have a big image with a ticker scroller like on the news channels? Oh, yeah. As a matter of fact, I could do that right now. Let's see. Let me crank this over so you are seeing what I'm seeing. Okay. So you're talking about putting this up here on the top. So you can basically grab this and put it anywhere you want, depending on what what you're working on. Let me see. So if you got a big, bright screen, I don't know, if you got a big, bright screen, you can grab this and put it anywhere you want. It doesn't really matter. It's basically grab and growl and set it where you like it. So I hope that answers your question. And it is really nice to use because it's all nothing but, for me, it's nothing but mouse clicks. And if you get proficient at it, you can basically change between these screens on the fly. And, so I can change to any of these screens, this one, this one, this one. And yeah, I really like it. And then for doing special effects, that's something what you can do once you get a little bit more proficient at it. You can just add effects like right here. Let me see. I need to move this down. Special effects. So you have goofy things like this that you can do. And basically these are, things like, I don't know, fire. Yeah, man, this is really trippy. So it's not really effective unless it's on a person. And then you've got your matrix, the matrix. So yeah. So there are special effects and things that you can do to play around with. So depending on what you're doing, you might actually need some of those things, You might even use a picture of a baby. So you never know. I mean, it just depends on what your application is, what you need to do, and yeah, I think it's a pretty cool device. I like it a lot, man. Whoa, this is trippy. I better get back to where I was. Okay, so it's all chopped up and messed up right there because there's a lot of stuff going on in that screen. So we're going to clear that out. Clear. Go back to effects and turn the baby picture off. Turn off the ticker. Disable text. Okay, so now we've just got a black screen. And then I'm just going to go over here to this transition. This transition. Now all these things, I've basically pre-made all of these different little tickers and stuff before I do a blab. And the reason I do that is it's just more convenient to do it before you start a blab. Let's see, anything else? Playlist, audio. Now, when it comes to like audio and things like that, you can get in there and play around with those things all you want. There's lots of different things. Like there's even ways that you can augment your voice, stuff like that. So I'm not going to do that right now, but I mean, there's even tools where you can draw on your screen. If you're doing a presentation and you need to draw, then you have that capability. Let's see, get black ink. So go for a really big fat pen. So yeah, I mean, it's just endless what you can do with this thing. Okay. Yeah. You can see how this would be valuable. Yeah, it's pretty handy. I like using it in a lot of different ways. So, and Troy's asking if I prefer it over XSplit. I tried XSplit, and to be frank, I didn't really care for XSplit because it wasn't that intuitive. And the first time I tried ManyCam, it was just like, yeah, boom, boom, boom. Everything just came to me, and it was just easy to do. One other thing I want to show you too, before we go, is if you're uploading something, I have to set this up so I can show you while I'm doing it. So here's an example of if you're going to upload an image and you've got your 4 little screens here, you're basically, see this little tab right here? You're right clicking, oh, I'm sorry, you're left clicking on that little tab right there to add or extract or blank out something that you're going to put into that window. So in this case, if I click there, nothing's happening because I'm doing a screen share and I have the window open over that particular tab, so it doesn't work. It will only work when you're really not always trying to do screen shares, but because I'm trying to show you how to do this, that's why it's not working the way it would normally. So now if I move this box out of here, I can click this and it gives me a drop-down menu. Let me see if I can do that and still get it to show up. No, it doesn't want to show up. So let me see if I can set it there. No, it doesn't want to do that. So it basically doesn't allow you, oh, there we go. So it'll give you a dialog box so you can actually see what you're going to do, whether you're using, if you want to grab a URL. So there you go. So if you want to clear out the window, you just click clear. If you want to open up something and you want to share your desktop, you can do it that way. If you are, let's see, if you are, what else? Yeah, if you're adding an IP camera or a media file, there's the media file. So if you just want to put a picture into one of those windows, you just click there, grab the picture out of your files, and just post it right there, and it'll show up in one of these windows. So, is there any other questions or comments? I'm going to go ahead and click this over here and get this back over here to image. And then I'm going to add my text by turning this on. And I preset this before I started. So anyways, yeah. Now I'm going to basically change this back over to the other topic, which is Blab.Cafe. Introduce your business products and or services. And I'm going to pause this recording. Thanks for joining us here at the TECHTOOT. For example, you don't want to share a video, but you want to show a screen. So if you had multiple tabs open in the background and you just wanted to share your screen with someone, it doesn't matter who it is or what it is. So what you would do to do that, you would open a tab in the back while I'm still looking at you guys. I would open a tab in the background. So you think that I'm still looking at you, but I have another tab open. So then I would bring my ManyCam up and I would bring it up and I would set it up. So I'm still looking at the camera and I still have the camera pointed at you guys, or you guys think that I'm looking directly at you in the camera, but I'm not. I'm on another tab and I could set it up so I've got what you would consider another screen share, but I have it set up on this other page. So all I'm going to do is just do the transition and then reset this box to this. Zoom in on here. And now I'm transitioned over to this particular picture, which is cool because you might not always want to share a whole page. You might just want to, zoom in on something small. So for example, this is on a Google this is on a Google Plus page or stream, and you can see this. It says pop culture and geek culture. Who is your role model? So it's just something that's funny. But I mean, what I'm saying is with ManyCam, I'm basically doing this on an open tab. I have a secondary tab open and it allows me to do this. So instead of transitioning back and going back over to my screen, and you get that, you would get, basically you would get a infinity window. What I would do instead is I will transition to myself first. Now you're seeing me again, but then I would click back over onto that tab, which is right here in front of me. So that's the way you would do that, so you wouldn't get that infinity screen. So you can go over there first, set up your window, open it, and then come back over here and then do your transition. So it's just another way of doing it. So I hope that it's one of those things you have to practice, and you have to do it a few times before you don't get mixed up and know where you're at. So anyways, just takes a little practice. Okay, so one other thing I wanted to show and share while I'm still here is with the Shapeways, for example. One of the things I wanted to share is the fact that you can go over there and it's like you just never know what you're going to find there. There's all kinds of really cool stuff. So what I'm going to do is just do a screen share. And this is like their jewelry jewelry department, and you can see there's just all kinds of really cool stuff there. And this is stuff by people that have, for whatever reason, they've come up and designed it themselves. These are $45. This is some kind of a designer, obviously, but those are probably the more expensive ones. Because you can see here you've got some that are as low as, yeah, right there, some as low as $4.84. This is a hypercube earring for $3.50. So you're going to find things from designers, and you're going to find things from just regular people that have just got their own design and they just want to put it out. Let's see, one other thing too. This is one of the nice things about ManyCam is it allows you to, zoom in, you can zoom out, you can pull out a bigger screen if you need to. But then again, obviously your resolution goes down as you get bigger. So I like to, when I'm doing something like this, I like to shrink it down as small as possible, and it gives a nice resolution. So let's see, what do we got? Another something else here. So yeah, this is basically Shapeways, and all of these different products are available, and it's pretty cool because if you come up with a really cool design, there's a good chance that people might want it, and if they do, they're paying you like a royalty every time someone orders this. For example, you will get a royalty if you have it published on Shapeways. So it's kind of a cool system that they have over there. So those are basically, let's see, Minecraft earrings, some woman on a hoop. So those are what you would consider. The cool thing about this too is they can print in metal. So it's just unbelievable the things that they can do there now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to the top of the page here, and they have a section called gold. So this is some of the gold stuff right there. $135 printed in gold. $295. $650. So you can see that it's there's a pretty big spectrum of stuff. An AR-15 money tie clip. Money or tie clip. Crystal earrings, $1,300. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Charming Parks race logo, $735. Lucky biochemistry molecules, 40. Let me see. Okay, so you got a few of those things. Well, those are cool. This one. Chromosome earrings over here. Chromosome. Skull and crossbones. Droplet earrings. Okay, so you've got that, and then what I was going to say is the thing that I think is really cool too is this is just like jewelry, for example, but when you open up their, let's open up their maker, mechanical parts, robotics, gadgets, drone parts. Let's see what we get when we open up the drone parts. Okay, so there's another thing too. I mean, you can mini quadcopter frames for $22. So in theory, you could go in and start buying parts to build your own quadcopters just by buying the parts that you need here. I mean, it's endless what there is available today. Pitch control lever. I mean, and these guys that are designing this stuff, they're no slouches. You're talking about kids that are sitting there with regular design. You know, some of them have design backgrounds. So, you know, it's really amazing. That's a GoPro Zen mouse or Zen Moose bracket HD 3D. So what that is, I have no idea, but somebody made a part for a camera mount. Here's a copper control and CC 3D base clip. I'm not sure what that is. Here's a GoPro mount. Here's a mount for an iPad mini. That one's $24. So you can see that well, I'm talking about the tool, but I'm also talking about Shapeways as a source for getting products made. So I just wanted to do that screen share. So anyways, oh, Marcus stopped by. How you doing? I see if follows got more important. I see follows got more important. Yeah. Oh, hi. Bilge? Sue, how are you? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this blab down. I'm going to start another one. But yeah, this is TECHTOOT. And one thing I'm going to do before I go, and that is to clear this out. I'm going to start another Blab.Cafe. But it's going to be kind of like random. It's not going to be so formal today. Because today's, I don't know why, but it's just really slow and laid back. And I also noticed that the platform is not, I don't really care for the way it's starting to form. It's starting to do, they're doing some different things with the platform, and I don't know if I like them or not. How do you like the new platform look? Sue? I'm just going to do this transition real quick. Thanks for joining Blab.Cafe number 108, TECHTOOT. I hope you got something out of that. We will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.